Welcome to the Charisma Check podcast. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Peter Johnson. I'm here to play Dungeons & Dragons with my friends. To my right, I have...
Jacob Frank, playing Aizen Cruxis, the Eladrin Elf Paladin.
And to his right...
I'm Nathan Wintermute. I'm playing Hawthorne Flaxtop, a Halfling Artificer.
And to his right...
I'm Carl Belue. I'm playing as Pip Hiltfray, also known as... also known as Scotty Pippin. I am a halfling scout. Soldier.
Something. Fighter.
Yeah.
Fighter.
Big man.
Yeah.
And a little body.
And I'm Chris Cash, playing Lilith, the Tiefling Witch. Sorry about that. That was my Jolly Rancher.
All right. Here we go. Last time, when we left our heroes, they had just finished a tense combat on the deck of the Tortured Turtle, where they fought off some pirates, and most notably, a horrible sea hag woman.
And we all made it out with no damage.
Oh yeah, everybody was totally fine. They eventually won due to both flying crocodile and lots and lots of damage on the Kraken Priest lady, Sister Foam. And then Aizen proceeded to pulp her head with a ballista bolt. Pip stabilized Lilith, who was unconscious. The sailors stabilized Belle, who was also unconscious. And that's where we stopped. What would you guys like to do?
So if I last remember, we killed the Sister Foam, and she released those black tentacles that were on us. So
Yes,
I will fall out of that tentacle's grasp straight to the deck with my 1 HP. and I'm not unconscious, but I'm very near unconscious.
So who's down?
Just lying face down on the deck.
Lilith and Belle are unconscious.
I'm going to look at the
captain's
I'm
also...
going to look at Belle and see, like, she's stable. Then I'm going to look at Lilith. She's unconscious. So I'm going to go straight to Hawthorne and heal him with lay on hands.
Oh, man.
For 10.
Oh, yeah. I'll take it.
Just in case.
Thank you.
It is Nathan's birthday, so Aizen is touching Hawthorne for his birthday.
Yes.
I also just rather not touch Lilith. For many reasons.
Okay. Well, they're not...
Please describe those reasons in great detail.
They're not in any danger of dying, since they're stable. The captain is also unconscious. Belle rendered him so with the hilt of her cutlass. So, I don't know what you guys want to do. A lot of the sailors are just kind of looking around confused. Most of them have dropped their weapons, and the rest of them haven't even drawn them. And they're just kind of looking to you guys.
I'm going to go to Belle and try to wake her up.
Okay.
I'll do another lay on hands for 5.
Okay. Yeah, you touch her, and the healing force spreads through her, from Savros through you into her, and she comes to, her eyes kind of flutter open, and she says, "Oh, bloody hell, what happened?"
You were knocked unconscious.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you almost died, but you were managed to be stabilized, so...
Did you kill that bloody sea witch?
Oh, she's most definitely dead. Most definitely, girl.
You point at the corpse, and
With a snap.
Yeah, and she looks, and is like, oh, like gags a little bit.
It's alright. She won't bother you anymore. She's gone. As for the captain, what would you like to do with her?
She'll say, well, just tie him up, I suppose. I don't know, do we want to throw him overboard? I don't know, he might die then, right? What do you think we should do?
Well, you didn't seem to want to kill him.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
As I get up, kind of still staggering to my feet, I'll be like, there's no way that we can keep the captain as the captain of this ship. I say we can send them in the dinghy to shore, or just drop them off, but he's no longer in charge of this vessel.
What was it? Maroon. we can maroon him on a island. We can lock him up in the brig and maroon him on an island when we find one.
I mean, that requires more effort than I think I care, but it's up to you. You've done a good job of leading our group so far, Aizen. I trust your judgment.
Thank you. Maybe I should have the master bedroom from now on.
I'm not going that far.
The light.
Well, I appreciate I appreciate your kindness. Let me go and check on Lilith real quick.
I will turn.
Try to slap Lilith away
You're not actually
with
healing.
one
hit point.
One hit point.
Okay. Lilith, you're unconscious with 1 hit point. You feel like garbage. You feel like you got struck by a bolt of lightning and fell off the back of a flying crocodile. That's what you feel like.
Are you alright, Lilith? I tried to heal you as best as I could.
You did a very horrible job.
It was the best I could. I just don't have the ability to heal you that much anymore.
I will turn to some of the other crew members who are just standing by, and be like, "You lot, grab these bodies. Clean them up or dump them overboard. Get rid of them."
They look at you, and then they look at Belle, and then Belle goes like this. So they do what he says, and they all just kind of spring into action, and they pick up the captain and start, find some rope, start tying him up. Did you say? Sorry, I was half listening. I'm a horrible DM. Did you say throw the body overboard, the sea witch? Is that what you said?
Any of the dead bodies.
Any of the dead body? Well, she is the only one who died.
I thought there were other sailors.
Yeah, there was other sailors we cut down.
Yeah, but you didn't like specifically kill them, did you?
We didn't not.
We did not kill him.
I'm gonna say in a faint voice.
Okay,
Perhaps
well, I never made death saves for them, so I think
I
it was
remember just trying to knock him out.
I think
Okay.
it was just
Because we didn't wanna
the
kill
bosun.
anybody.
I was
who
trying to kill everybody.
the bosun who was knocked out. No, he's dead.
So just that one.
Yeah,
The rest of them, take them to their cabins.
yeah.
Keep them under watch.
Put him in the brig.
They go to pick up the sister foam, and they look really anxious about it, even with their head missing. And they say, "Hey, you sure we should throw her back in the water? That's where she came from when she got her powers. Maybe."
Well, can I search her body?
Yes.
Respectfully.
Yes, of course. Make a respectful investigation check for me.
Ooh, that's going to be a 19.
She has
very respectable.
yeah.
I put on some gloves. Some work gloves.
Yeah, it's like CSI. You go through her, belongings and kind of examine what's left of her body, and from what you can find, she's like damp. Like her clothes, her skin, everything is just damp, but she's quickly drying out. All of the seaweed that was kind of wrapped around her seems to be dying and rapidly wilting and decaying. She's starting to smell like a cesspool, basically, because she's just like rapidly decomposing. You don't find any like possessions on her.
Okay.
She seemed to have nothing but like her gross robes.
Can I do?
That was it.
Can I check the captain's body?
While he's unconscious?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Let me get my good die
Yeah.
out.
How respectfully are you?
Not very respectful.
Whatever the opposite.
Aw.
The opposite of what you just did.
7.
7?
Yeah.
I mean, he obviously had 2 cutlasses and a hand crossbow. He wasn't really wearing any armor. He was, bare chested. You don't really find anything.
I'm just going to take both the swords and the crossbow.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to toss those, give the swords to some of the crew.
Okay.
And keep the crossbow for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And I'll
Is the crossbow magical in any way?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll walk over to Belle and say, Belle, I think the sailors are right. we probably shouldn't throw her overboard. That the sea is probably her source of power. Removing her from the sea is probably our best option. I recommend we take her to shore and...
Burn the corpse! Burn the witch!
Burn the witch!
Not me!
I mean, as much as
the other witch.
as much as I don't often agree with Lilith, I think that might be the best course of action.
Yay, murder is the right course of action for once.
She's already dead.
Belle will say, if you don't want to wait, we can bring a big iron cauldron out here and just burn her in that and on the deck.
Sure, let's burn her on a wooden boat.
I mean-
Sounds excellent.
I mean, that would set my mind at ease.
So, okay.
I'd be fine dropping her off on land. There's nothing she can do on land. She's tied to the sea somehow.
Perhaps we should return the captain into the city guard for piracy.
We can do that.
I'll go tie up the captain.
Yeah, the other sailors were already working on that, but you can help.
You check
Okay.
their knots.
Yeah, double check their knots.
I mean, they're sea folk. Their knots should be very excellent.
Yeah. Speaking of knots, are you guys going to just hang out here for a while? Do you want to go send for knot? Do you want to?
I was going to go put the captain on the dinghy and bring him back
I'm
to
going
shore.
to.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Okay.
crawl on the dinghy and be like, "Sell me
gonna-
the land."
I'm going to go up to Belle and, Belle, would you mind being the captain of this vessel? The new captain?
She says, "Well, that's kind of up to the rest of the crew. I don't know if they."
Crew, do you wish that Belle be your rightful captain
Give a rightful R.
as she struck down the last one?
Is that what you want?
It is what I
Okay,
want.
well, make a persuasion check for me.
Perhaps do you want me to persuade?
Okay, can I assist?
Yes.
8.
I will say yes. She brought us aboard and we saved you from this treacherous man.
If he's helping, he can either also roll or you can roll with advantage.
Roll advantage,
Yeah.
I guess? Okay. Oh, that's much better. 18.
Yeah, you're saying that, and then Hawthorne chimes in, and then all the sailors go, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they all seem to agree, and Belle's like, well, I suppose, yeah, I suppose I could do that, yeah.
Thank you.
Says, no, thank you, you solved our problem. We're at your disposal now. We don't have to be pirates anymore.
Do you know where the old manor is in Acadia?
A little bit of piracy is never a bad thing.
She'll say, well, I'm not really from around here, but I'm guessing it's in the city.
It is. It is.
If you dock in the port and ask around, I believe you'll be able to find that. That's our headquarters.
So, yes, I can do that.
If you find the manor, tell there's a dragonborn lady. She's kind of in charge while we're away.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Wafoosbol. She's got a very high voice.
She's what? What's her name?
Wafoosbol.
Waffle bowl?
Wafoosbol. Or you can ask to speak to Zoe. It don't matter.
Okay.
I'm sure at this point, if you ask for a waffle bowl, they will direct you to the manor as well.
Oh,
Exactly.
If you say so, I've never had a waffle bowl. It sounds delicious.
Well, just you wait. It's your in store. But
Our podcast brought to you by Waffle Bowls.
I
Yes.
forget. Is it like an actual waffle or is it an ice cream waffle?
it's a bowl made out of waffles with all kinds of things
Yes.
in it.
It's like
Oh.
a Belgian waffle.
Now I want one.
Okay.
But
Lego?
yes, if you speak with Wafoosbol or Zoe or Cassius,
Preferably waffle bowl.
preferably Wafoosbol or
Cassius
Zoe,
probably couldn't find a door.
they just tell them that. What is our group's name? I know
You
we're-
guys never.
We
You're
never
part of
came up with a
Acquisitions
name. This
is-
Incorporated, but you never came
our
up
branch?
with
The
like
Fearsome Four.
a name for your
Fearsome Four?
franchise.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. We
Oh,
have
my.
work
Oh,
to
no.
do.
Oh, my.
This
Oh,
sounds
no.
like for a Miss Bell, could you hold right here for just a moment?
Of course, there's plenty of things to be done.
Okay. We're gonna go up on the main bow and speak with this. What is gonna be our name?
Our branch of this company. Well, I don't know if we've done anything significant enough to name our group after.
We took over a pirate ship.
The tortured turtle saviors.
Which we will now rechange the name.
The
Sea
Acadian Defenders. No, that's
No, that's a good one, Aizen. Pat him on the back.
The Acadian Swindlers. No.
It's too on the nose.
The Hall of the Dead.
No.
We don't want to scare people
Oh
off.
goodness.
Ben and Jerry's.
Pip, you've been quiet all this time. What do you think?
Come up with a name for us.
Oh boy.
Rolf's best friends.
We're halflings.
Halflings.
Only 2 of you are halflings.
Are you saying
Half
half of us
halfling.
are halflings?
The double halfling brothers.
Yes. It's
An elf,
half,
tiefling, and 2
Can be in-
halflings.
The half and half?
half and halves.
Well, I will say, you're technically an elf.
I am.
So it's 2 elves and 2 halflings.
Half and half? Half and
Half
half?
and halfling?
So instead of 1.5 men, it's 2 elves and 2 halves.
So that's 3 men.
2 elves and 2 halfmen.
12 and a half?
2 men and a woman?
Wait.
Oh, no.
And then it sounds really bad.
that.
sounds like one of those scrolls that you can find that are really, really
Those
promiscuous.
scandalous books.
The back of a tome shop.
Exactly.
Behind the curtain.
Beyond the
You
curtain.
have your ID.
Behind the binder.
Well, it's like when you go to a Blockbuster and then you go behind the curtain.
What's a blockbuster?
Note to self. Blockbuster and a king. That's where it went.
Isn't there still one of those open?
Well, you know, Acadia is full of blocks, and we're busting our tails at every turn. Therefore, we could be the blockbusters.
The Blockbusters. This is up to you guys. I'm not gonna.
Oh,
Perhaps
Whatever
we
you
should
pick.
include Wafoosball in this when we get back to the house.
The captain will eventually wake up. I don't know if that matters. I mean, he is
If
tired.
he wakes up, we'll knock him back out.
yeah.
Do we have a brig on the ship, Miss Bell?
She says, not a formal one, no.
Do we have anywhere we could lock up the captain?
We could tie him to the mast.
Well, we have several mutinous, or not mutinous, but
Wait, we
Mutants.
have mutants?
Beat
But-
up and Rocksteady.
we have several of those sailors who are on the captain's side, so we should probably have a place for them as well.
Those of you who are with the old captain, raise thy hand.
Everybody looks around and nobody raises their hand. Why would they admit that?
You
I
know,
guess nobody's with the old captain.
I'm
Can looking
might-
at? Oh, I was
I
gonna
might
say.
be a little old-fashioned and say, to the gallows to you.
Oh, boy.
So, looking over the crew members, can we see any of them who seem fidgety or
Make an insight
nervous? A 3.
check. You have no idea. They all sailors look the same to you.
I still stare them down. I'm like,
You mean stare them
They
up?
all...
no, we're on upper deck, so I'm staring down at them. Yeah, squinting.
So wait, are you
frowning.
like perched up on the ledge with your feet hanging down or something like?
up on the rig.
Yeah.
Well, though, until we have a group name, just tell them that you are with Aizen, Hawthorne, Pip, and Lilith, and she will know who you are talking about.
All right,
Hopefully.
I can do that. I think
It is Waffles Bowl.
Waffles Bowl.
See,
Yes. Just,
Aye.
just
Indeed.
go with it. Let's get this captain off the ship.
So are you guys all going in the dinghy with the captain, or just one or two of you?
well, the question is, do we need to maintain the presence of the ship as we approach the lighthouse? If not, we can send them back to the Acadian docks.
I think that's what we should do, is send him back to the Acadian docks. And
Perhaps we should leave the captain on the ship and have them dock and throw him to the city guard for piracy.
well, we have no idea when the captain... We would have to go return with the ship in order to ensure that the captain doesn't wake up and take over the ship
I'm
again.
sure
Oh,
There may be people on the ship who's on their side.
so
Well,
is mouth shut.
You killed the bosun. You killed the sister foam.
and then we have Belle. as the leader.
I mean, your guess is probably fine.
Okay. My voice in my head, which I have dubbed DM, is telling me that it would probably be fine.
DM Dave Matthews says,
Okay. They have a band.
"Little baby." Yeah. So
I say we take the dinghy back, reunite with Knot, and continue on into the town.
All right.
Y'all agreeance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Climb aboard the dinghy.
Belle will say, "If you want, I can send Chalky with you, and then he can bring the dinghy back."
I was going to suggest just that.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too, Belle. That's why you're the captain.
Yes.
Like mine.
Great minds think alike. Aye.
Exactly.
And Chalky says, "Yeah, let's go."
Hey, Belle, are you single?
She says, "Oh, well, yes. I've been married to the sea most of my life,
Okay.
but I'll have to settle down sometime."
Okay. Well, I'll see you back at the manor.
Okay. So yeah, you guys just shove the unconscious captain into the dinghy and
We'll
load
drop
up in there.
him in the dinghy.
Yeah. Good. And then
Careful, I'm in here.
You can row back to the shore.
Is there a way-
Extra large.
Is there a way I could take like a power nap in the dinghy to recover some hit
Power
points?
nap.
Wait, okay. You did say you were taking the captain, or you're not taking the captain?
I
We're
was.
not taking.
Okay,
Yeah, we're not,
sorry.
we're not.
You don't
We're
shove
leaving
it.
him.
We
Let's
do
rewind.
We do drop him on the deck quite hard.
Yeah, you drop him on the deck. Okay, so you guys drop the captain on the deck, and then all load into the dinghy.
We could tie him to the plank. Walk the plank.
Is there a plank?
Do y'all have a plank?
I don't. Have they progressed that far in their piratical?
I think planks are
Schemes?
just universal for ships.
Well, there would be a gangplank that you would lower to
Yeah.
be able to get on the. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You guys get on the dinghy and sail back to shore, and then you can get back to where you were and find Knot, and Chalky will take the dinghy back to
Quick question.
ship.
When I took the crossbow, did I find any crossbow bolts?
Oh, yes. He fired 2, and he had 20, so you have 18.
Oh, can I remember to tell Belle to drop the sea witch with the guards and tell them that she's just an undead. They know what to do with her. Burn her at the stake.
They don't even need a stake.
Yeah.
They don't need a stake?
No.
Pyre?
Just yeah.
Pyre.
I made the crocodile get off the ship, right?
Yes.
Don't want to be like, bye, everybody.
He's been chilling.
Yeah, then you leave, and the crocodile's like, he left me in a buffet. Anyway.
There's a crocodile who's wearing a sailor's uniform. and somehow when I looked over the crew, my inside of 3 missed this crocodile.
The crocodile's wearing a
Blending
pirate.
in.
The pirate's wearing a
Time
captain's hat. The crocodile is the new captain.
Oh, boy. So many ideas. Anyway, what do you guys do when you get back to shore? Just find Knot?
How was Dunk? Anything happen while we were away?
He says, "Oh, well, he's fine. I fed him an apple like Lilith told me to, and
Very good, Knot.
he didn't chew it or anything. He just swallowed it whole. I don't know if that's..."
I'll peek around and look at Dunk.
Make an insight check.
6.
You know him well enough. Dunk looks guilty. He knows he shouldn't have eaten it, but he did anyway.
I give him a disapproving mom stare.
I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed.
Why isn't he allowed to eat apples?
Well, he doesn't have a digestive system.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has teeth.
They're for looks.
Doesn't.
Does he have teeth, or does he have fangs? Or does he have talons?
Does he
Man.
open his mouth?
He has 3 rows of
goodness.
shark's teeth.
What do normal yaks have? They
yaks
just have
like
teeth.
molars,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
cows,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good at chewing, but not like sharp teeth.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say probably not a tongue.
What time is it?
That'd be hard to synthesize right there.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I tried.
definitely get it. Well, no,
For research purposes.
You set off in the morning. That probably didn't take long. We'll say half an hour. It took a half an hour to row out there, half an hour back. Maybe an hour on the ship if you want to say you took a short rest. So it's probably around noon at the latest. Sure.
So if we took a short rest, I would.
Yes.
I'm gonna spend a hit dice.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe I should too.
What's the? I think it's D8. I'm just gonna assume it's
Yeah,
D8.
it's a D8. Sure.
Great, I got 1.
I got 2.
And you're level 5, so you can spend up to 5.
All right.
Could I borrow some dice? My dice are. Oh yes.
Here, hold my sack.
You're filled, Sack.
I rolled 3 1s.
That's when you cut that out and say, "Look, guys, I rolled 3 7s.
All right.
Anyway,
I can't find a D8
So
here."
I was going to ask,
something out.
when we take a long rest, how many hit dice do we get back? Is it?
A long rest restores all your hit points.
Oh no, hit dice.
Oh, hit dice, you get half your hit dice.
So if we do we round up or round down?
We're taking a short rest.
Round up.
Right? Okay.
So as we're going, I think we're gonna hitch up and start heading toward Paeskatune.
Okay, cool. Yeah, from where you are now, it'd probably be only a couple of hours to get where you're going according to the map. You travel along. Yeah, you're around here. So you travel along this short stretch of land between the mountains and the sea and continue north, and it starts widening out eventually. And as it does, you kind of crest a hill where you can see down in the distance this fishing village, which you are assuming is Paeskatune. And it is built, kind of how the land went from that plateau you're on down to the beach and the kind of steps. It's constructed on those kind of steps, and they're much larger than the ones you saw. So there's room for several buildings on each step. There's a couple of large ones up on the main plateau where you are, and then down from that, there's clusters of smaller ones that look more like, normal residences. And then down on the lower level, it's where it starts to run into the beach. And as you get closer, you see this beach is very rocky. It's not like a nice, soft sand beach. It's very, very large rocks that make it up. It's not like, Myrtle Beach or anything. And you can see in the distance, there's more of those kind of outcroppings of rock. And even from here, you can see people in very small, like, canoe-looking boats kind of paddling in between those outcroppings of rock and pulling up large, nets that have baskets on them, and they're examining things and dropping the nets back in. And then further off in the distance, kind of up on another hill, maybe a quarter mile from the village, you see the lighthouse that they must have been talking about.
Does anything look odd about the lighthouse?
Make a perception check for me. And you're pretty far out right now, but you might be able to.
You want to borrow my spyglass?
Oh, yeah. I'll be looking, squinting my eyes real tight.
Are you making fun of my squinty eye?
Are you using his spyglass?
If you're offering it to me, I'll definitely take it. Yeah,
I'll hand
Then
it
you'll
over.
have advantage on your perception check.
Ooh,
I
natural.
got a natural 20 with a total perception of 19.
You see a couple of things, actually. One, kind of around the base of the lighthouse, it looks like there's some kind of tents set up. They're like kind of small looking like camping tents. And you see piles of rock and like masonry kind of rock and lumber, like building supplies.
Do these tents, do they look like old fashioned or are they future tents?
They're not past tents. They are pluperfect tents. Boom. English one upped. No, you, damn it. Then, looking up the lighthouse, you see it's clearly old. It could use some work, which maybe is why all the construction materials are out there. When you look at the top where the light and the lens should be, you just see blackness. It is just pitch black in the top room where that lens and the light would be.
Okay. So where the villagers are fishing, how far would that distance be from where they're fishing to the base of the lighthouse?
About a quarter mile.
And none of the villagers seem like concerned. They're just going about what seems as normal activities.
Yeah, either it's not something that's bothering them, or this is something they have to do regardless.
Okay.
So, and you can see that the kind of path you're on, that this like dirt road you've been following, leads into the village, and it kind of goes down in between the two larger buildings on that top level, and then you can see as you start approaching that, they have constructed wooden ramps and kind of elevators that go between the levels of these plateaus to make life easier for themselves.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to giddy up, dunk, and just keep on trucking.
Okay. Is there anywhere in particular you're going? It looks like one of the buildings up top appears to be, you'd guess, some kind of general store or inn, or maybe a combination of both. It's very plain looking, but sturdy construction. The other one that's a large building that's almost the same size is a little bit more ostentatious. It's got like fresh paint on it. It's like kind of decorated. There's some nice landscaping going on. That maybe would be like the mayor's house or something. Would be your best guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was thinking maybe when we got to the town, maybe we could find a general store or something of the like to maybe restock supplies and maybe just check out goods and see what the locals may know.
Aizen, it looks like we're in luck. I'm going to head toward what looks like a store over here.
As you roll up, there's a sign out front with a picture of an old sailor with a big black bushy beard, and in the beard you see crusted like salt. It looks like, and it says "The Salty Beard" on it.
Very creative.
Yeah.
It's a very peculiar sign.
So you're guessing that's the name of this establishment.
So I'm gonna pull on up right in front of it, and then we're gonna like hop out, and I'm stretching like it's been a long road trip, and we're stopping at a gas station to get some snacks, use the facilities.
We've only been on the road for a couple of hours. You'll be all right.
I mean, when you're a halfling.
Remember when you get out and you stretch your legs, how good it feels?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Pip gets it.
I'll
it's a
swing my
halfling
little
thing.
baby legs around.
It's a halfling thing. You need to become more nimble. All that beauty sleep and eating all the food.
Knot has resumed his generic human shape, his human skin.
Thank you.
Yeah, he doesn't look like an alien.
Thank you, Not.
And he says, "What should I do?"
Well,
Does not need sustenance?
Not, do you eat?
Yes, of course I eat.
Do you eat food?
Knot says, "No, I'm not a zombie. I don't eat humans."
But
Well, that's very good.
I bet they taste like. Never mind.
Would you like to come in the store with us?
Oh yes, sure.
I'm gonna do one of the people or things. Part of the group.
I'm going to ask not a question. I'm
Oh,
going to be
boy.
like.
Are you asking him to marry you? Are you finally doing it?
I'm going to ask. Do you actually just be your normal self sometimes and not put on a skin? No, I'm talking about like. It'd be a cool little thing to see like a weird alien creature walk into the store and be like, I'd like to purchase some rope. Or
He says, "I mean, I could assume my natural form, but
Please don't do that.
Yes, most people do not take kindly to it."
Please don't. I'm sure you're very aware of
Yes,
the reactions you make.
I've never had a good experience when I have done so.
You don't think that this is a good experience
cover,
with us?
I can tell you're a tiefling and you cover your horns with a hat.
because I like the hat. My horns are small.
Well,
I still got a real long red tail.
anyways, I went to the store.
Okay, yeah, you go in, and it does indeed appear to be some kind of combination tavern inn general store.
Oh.
Because when you walk in, you see all the way on the right-hand side, there is set
We
up...
need to start an inn.
All the way on the right-hand side, there is set up lots of brewing equipment. There's barrels and kettles. There's a bar with, taps. There's, kegs that have been tapped. And you see about, a 5'5", short, curly, blonde-haired lady, tan skin, heavily muscled, rolling a barrel that seems to be full, judging by the sloshing noise that it's making, and sets it up. And then she's, going about brewing business. You see on the far left-hand side, there's another area set up that looks like a general store. There's shelves with goods and stuff, lining the walls. A man behind a counter over there, he's got short, straight black hair, and you can see his eyes are kind of a golden color. He has soft white skin. It's about 5'7". And he is wearing the most jewelry you've ever seen on a man. He's got several necklaces with jewels in them. He has multiple earrings in each ear. He's wearing rings on almost every finger. And he's just kind of, it looks like propped up on one elbow with his head in his hand, dozing off.
So he sounds like an important character.
Behind the counter.
I'm going to completely pass him and go straight to the bar and tell the bartender, Mr. Bartender, or Madam, I don't know which. Who's the bartender?
Yeah, she turns around and says, "Oh, hey, what y'all doing here? We don't get many visitors."
Yes, I've had to deal with a crazy tiefling for the past couple of days. I would like the strongest ale you have, please.
She's standing by the bar and she slaps it when you say that. She says, "That's what I like to hear." She says, "My name's Isabel. What's your name?"
My name is Aizen. Nice to meet you.
She reaches out and shakes your hand.
Okay.
And it's very strong. She's clearly been working very hard for a very long time.
Got a very firm grip.
She says, "Oh, well, I do all the brewing myself. I got to carry big bags of grain and move the kegs and everything." And she starts pouring a beer, while you're talking. And she slides you a mug. And when you look in it, it is pitch black. She says, "You give that a try."
All right. I go for a good sized gulp.
It is probably a stout because it's very roasty, and then it's very salty.
Oh.
Yeah. She says, "That's our oyster stout."
Oh, okay. But it is the strongest you have.
Oh yeah, that's about the stoutest beer I got right there.
Am I already feeling it kind of already?
Yeah, it's after the salt, it's very warm going down.
Okay.
You're guessing it's...
I'm going to go for a second gulp. Do I need to make a constitution check to see if I hold it down?
I mean, that's up to you.
Two mugs of that, and you'll forget all about the salt.
Yeah, it's not
I rolled a 4.
It's not salty like
7.
It's not salty like just table salt. It's salty like it's brining,
Okay.
like salt water at the back end. She says, "Yeah, we brew every one of those with 100 oysters, every keg."
Ma'am, your industry sounds very fantastic and all, but could you just shut up while I drink this for a minute? Thank you.
She says, "Oh, I know how I like to drink in silence too sometimes." And she turns to the rest of you. She says, "What about you? What can I get all y'all?"
I'll lock eyes with her, and my mouth will just drop open, and I'll just stare at her. I'm like, wow. What a lady.
Yeah.
She could crush you with those biceps.
Pip, is that a short sword in your pants?
No, it's more like a dagger.
It's a claymore. She says, "Anybody? No?"
I'll reach out my hand, to kiss her hand, but
She just grabs it. She doesn't, and shakes your hand.
I'll just, because I can't focus, I'll just do, a limp shake.
Yeah.
I'll go,
Say,
Can I make an inside check on Pip?
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
It's clear. It's clear.
She says, well, when you make up your mind, you get back to me. And she says,
I think he has made up his mind.
she says, how about you, sir?
No, nothing for me. Thank you.
And you, ma'am, with the book in your face?
Sure.
Any preferences?
Sure.
That's the tiefling I was talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah. She pours a beer and slides it over to you. Do you look at it before you drink it? Or
No.
you just drink it. It's like a very creamy, light-tasting kind of beer. Also salty, but sweet.
Eat your Korean saltwater taffy.
She says, that's our lobster wheat beer.
Lobster? I've never had lobster before.
Ma'am, can I ask why you are fascinated with putting shellfish in your alcoholic beverages?
She says, oh, it's, that's what we fish around here. Lots and lots of shellfish. And it makes you strong like me. And she flexes and points to like a bicep.
I'm gonna just look at
Pip faints.
I'll snap out of it and just look at her and go, my name is Hilt Pipfrey. What's your name?
And she says, oh, ain't that sweet. Hey, Hilt. My name's Isabel. Isabel Hillis.
Pip
Pip
Hiltfray.
Pip Hiltfray. Okay. Nice to meet you. Can I get you anything? Did you make up your mind? And she kind of points, and there's actually a board that has, it's like a chalkboard that has written on it.
What's the first thing on the board?
The first thing on the board is oyster stout.
I would have loved it if the first thing on the board was Elizabeth.
It's oyster stout, and then it has the lobster wheat beer, and then it has, what was the other one? It's a crab porter.
Miss Isabel, give him a crab porter.
Oh, sure thing. And she pours you one and slides it over to you.
So, are there any stools by the counter?
Yes.
So I'll hop up on the stool and kind of like put an elbow on it, kind of leaning casually, and be like, Isabel, my man Pip here. Man, he just got done with defeating a pirate captain. You know what? That is just something I've never seen before in my life. Can you believe it? This guy's a hero.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Pirates? That's amazing.
He also took control of a giant crocodile.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yeah.
And rode it into the sky.
Okay, now I think you're messing with me.
It's all
Are
true.
you guys messing with me?
No,
No,
it's
no,
actually
man.
all true. We have an entire ship full of people that can vouch for us.
Yes.
How tall are the stools?
They're, maybe
gotta-
2.5, 3 feet high.
I'll try my
Is there-
best to climb up the stool as
I'll pick
cool as
him up,
possible.
put him on there.
Is that better or worse?
I mean, I've seen it done, and I've
I
seen
try
it
to
done
do
in a
it in the
certain
most non-conspicuous way.
It's like, oh, you need to help little buddy.
Oh, no. She was like, oh, you guys really like each other, huh? Helping
Quite
each other
close,
out.
except for us and me and Lilith.
Well, you can't all be winners, I guess.
But like I was saying,
Yeah.
Pip
Well,
Pip is a great guy.
so you guys are like real adventurers, huh?
Show her your
Absolutely.
trident.
Pip served you.
It's like, yeah, pull out that trident. Whip it out.
Oh, your trident.
Are there any live, aquatic animals inside?
Like a fish tank.
Yeah. There's actually a lobster tank because she uses them.
Can you get
To
over
prove
your
it.
nerves?
Make
in
the
order to do
lobsters
something?
dance.
I'm gonna take out my trident and I'm gonna try to control one of the lobsters
Okay.
to start clacking its
Can
pinchers
can
together.
can you control like a swarm of lobsters with that?
I mean, you did take control of a 20-foot
Yeah,
crocodile.
I'll say you can probably control a bunch of the lobsters.
All
Like,
right.
I'm not going to make you roll for it because
Okay.
that would be or make a save for it. That would be ridiculous. They're just lobsters.
And make them dance?
I want it to.
Like-
I want them to make like a little
I thought you were about to do, hello, my baby. Hello, my baby.
She says, "Wow, that's amazing."
and I'll just blush and stick my trident back in its loop.
You know Isabel. He is single.
She says, "Oh, no way. A guy like him? I don't believe
Just
you."
think how many lobsters you can get with his trident.
She says, "Oh, yeah, that's good. You ever think about fishing with that?"
I'll start to drink my drink. This is the best stuff I've ever had.
This is the best episode ever. All we're doing is drinking.
Make a deception check for me.
That one.
She says, "Oh, it's okay. You don't have to pretend. I know not everybody likes it. You know, it's just the best beer I can make around here. You know, if I had different ingredients, you know, maybe I could do something else."
You gotta eat water.
She pours a glass of salt.
Oh yeah, sure. And she like goes to one of the kegs at the back full of water, fills up a mug of water, and hands it to you.
Is it also salty?
It's also salty. Yes.
I mean, I'll power it through and I'll just drink some.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not like clearly just out of the sea salty, but you know, like when you drink water out of the tap at the beach, it's still kind of it's like that.
smooth.
Well, with that, Lilith, Aizen, I think we have some supplies to get.
There was a very peculiar man back at the counter of the general store. Pip, why don't you stay here and continue to talk with Isabel?
Yeah,
We'll take care of
see if
that.
you can get some information about our mission.
Bye, Pip.
She'll say, "Oh, you want to talk to him?" She'll say, "Hey, Kevin, wake up!"
Heaven.
And then he goes and like jolts up, and he says, "Oh, yes, what?"
So I'll drag Lilith and Aizen over to him.
Yeah, you go over there, and he's kind of like straightened up, and he's like smoothing out his clothes, and like he just wipes some drool off of the corner of his mouth. He's like, "Oh, yes, how can I help you?" And he's gesturing with all these jewels.
I'm gonna take a look at the wares.
From what you can see, it's mostly general store stuff. There's general like kind of adventuring supplies. There's also lots of fishing stuff, fishing poles and lures and all kinds of specialized fishing equipment. There's oars. There's a sign that says, it has prices for canoes and things like that.
Can I look for some just good fishing line?
Yeah, sure.
Just so that's what I'll grab. Some different thicknesses.
Just the fishing line?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else looking for things? Or
We're just gonna ask, do you happen to have any like magical items here? If not, that's alright. I'm just curious.
This is well, I do happen to have one, but I'm currently wearing it, and he's like got a ring on. He's like, he's just kind of waving it around, like.
Do tell. What does it do?
Now Lilith is interested.
Magic. Did someone say magic?
Says, it actually allows me to comprehend any languages. Written languages, mind you, not spoken.
I was about to start speaking in Infernal.
Oh, that's wonderful. My name is Aizen Cruxis. I go to reach his to shake his hand.
Yeah, he'll shake your hand, but he'll do the like kind of limp like. Yeah.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't even intending on dealing. I just wanted to shake his hand.
Yeah. It's just very like disinterested in shaking and just kind of takes his hand back.
It's nice to meet you.
So we don't get many visitors here. What are you lot doing in our sleepy little village?
Well, Hawthorne, you'd probably be better to ask all the questions.
I start. It's hopping so I can get a good eye contact.
It's like fluttering.
Why don't you stand in a chair? That might make it a little easier.
I pick Hawthorne up.
All right. So I'm being held by Aizen.
I set him on the counter.
Oh, no, okay.
Now you're standing above him.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Put my arms on my hips.
Power position.
I say,
And then he stands up.
He's actually 7 feet tall now. No, he's...
Well, it's good, sir. Our friends, my friends and we're coming to this town to investigate the lighthouse. As we were approaching, we saw that the top where the light should be was completely darkened. Do you have any knowledge of what caused that?
Let's say, oh, yes, it's quite bizarre, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
It only happened about a week ago. Unfortunately, we don't get many ships docking here. It would be quite the hazard without the lighthouse. Most of them pass us by, or they're headed for the main docks at the city. So, our sailors around here know the waters well enough. They don't bother with the lighthouse. I'm not sure why it happened. It probably has to do with a group of adventurers who took up living there about a month ago.
Was the lighthouse not under the control of someone from Paeskatune?
A caretaker, perhaps?
Yes.
He says, oh, well, yes, the mayor, of course, oversaw it technically, but she decided to sell it. I don't trust her. Let me tell you, if you ever have any dealings with her, I just wouldn't. I don't trust her, not as far as I could throw her.
So she's the one that allowed these adventurers to come and take up a stead there?
Yes. She sold the lighthouse under the condition that they would take care of it, but obviously they haven't. I mean, look at it.
Yes. Complete disrepair.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, do any of the adventurers associate with the villagers?
Well, they've come in now and then to buy supplies. Strange lot. All mostly like you, by which I mean halflings and gnomes. Every one of them.
They're all halflings and gnomes?
Yes. Yes, every one of them.
Okay.
They call themselves the Order of the Stout Half Pint.
Order the stout
Dang, that's a good name.
Says, oh yes, I thought you might like that.
I'll keep talking to the blonde-haired lady.
Okay.
Flashback to Pip.
Yeah.
I actually, I run my own business.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, so do I. You say that. What do you do?
We adventure.
Yeah, oh, well, it sounds like you're doing a good job. Killed a bunch of pirates.
Hawthorne, I'm thinking that maybe we should stay the night here in
Yes,
Paeskatune.
I believe so. Good sir, is there any lodging that we could partake of?
Yes, of course, there's a few rooms here. We don't get many visitors, so it's not a full...
But how many rooms?
We have 3.
Excellent.
That's perfect.
Yes.
We each get one. Where are you going to sleep?
I look across the
Yes.
room and I make eye contact with Pip and I just wink at him.
We all Lilith and Hawthorne
raise
and
my
Aizen.
eyebrows slowly.
We all look at Pip.
I'll make
Super
sure
creepy.
I'll make sure she's not looking, and I'll go.
Why don't you do it under the table?
She says, boy, your friends are kind of weird, huh?
Yeah, but they're my friends.
Oh, yeah, I know how that is. So are you hungry? Can I get you anything you could eat?
Yeah, sure.
And she'll say, all right, I'll be right back. And she walks off, goes through the door.
Okay, I'll run over there and be like, guys, I did it.
Nice job, Pip.
Did you wear protection?
Now get back over there, you chump.
Yeah, go get him.
Go in for a second.
I'll run back over
Yeah.
and hop on my stool before
Okay.
Yeah.
anything.
Kevin then, kind of looking at Hawthorne, like up and down, and he says, there's something about you that's kind of familiar, but I can't really place it. Do I know you? Where are you from?
I'm from the mainland. I only recently arrived in Acadia.
Oh, no, I've
There's-
never been there.
As far as I know, I don't have any relatives here.
Okay. Strange, yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway,
Could you try to place your memories to where you last seen someone that looked like Hawthorne?
oh, he just has a very familiar face,
It's just quite odd that Hawthorne, I've never seen a man, half of a man, quite like Hawthorne.
No, don't do him like that.
Not here in Acadia, and I've lived in Acadia all my life. Or most of it, at least.
Well, it's possible that some of my family have traveled here. You lived here your entire life, Kevin.
Oh, yes. I've been a merchant most of my life. Not what I really want to do, but, I'm good at it, and, I'm boring you. You say you have siblings? You don't have siblings?
Yes, I have one sister.
Sister, you look very much like one of the halfling people who's been coming through here.
Are you saying...
Come to think of it, she was asking about her brother, and if anyone had seen her brother.
How long ago?
Oh, it was only a week ago, right before this happened. Maybe it was her.
What is she
Maybe
talking
she
about?
turned out the light in the lighthouse.
Aizen, I don't know. but I'll tell you later. It's possible she's here, but I don't know why she'd come here.
You have a sister?
Yeah, yes, I do. Her name's Tulip.
Tulip.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, if we're coming here to stop what's ever going on in the lighthouse, I certainly hope she's not a part of it.
I would hope not either. I don't think I could harm your sister.
I absolutely could not. She's a good sibling.
Exactly.
Troubled, maybe, but
Yeah.
With that, I will walk outside, kind of downcast.
He'll say, "Are you going to pay for that?"
Yes. Absentmindedly, just place a gold on the counter.
Thank you. Yes, that'll pay for your room as well.
Yes.
I'm gonna pay for my room.
Okay.
How much is it?
It's going to be 5 silver pieces for the night,
5 silver pieces.
which includes breakfast.
Ooh,
I
fancy.
have, So what is what is the conversion rate from gold to silver?
10 silver pieces and a gold piece.
Okay, 10 silver pieces.
So that's half a gold piece.
I'll see that she left one of her barrels down there when she went to go make me food, and I'll go try to put it up for her.
Okay. Make a strength athletics check for me.
Hey, okay. 21.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely full, but you see the space where it needs to go, and you start heaving it up, and you start like pushing it up there, and then you hear the door opening behind you, and you hear, "Oh, look at you! I'm not the only strong one around here." And you finish putting the barrel up, and then she's brought out a plate that she's set on the bar.
I'll go sit down,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just start to talk to her. I'll say, are you busy tonight?
She says, "Well, I not technically. I mean, I'm always running the business, but I mean,
What would the food be? Like seafood?
yeah, it's like a
It's like
It's
going
like
to Bubba Gump's.
it's like
not
a
a
gumbo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That does sound delicious, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start eating, and I'll look at her. I'm like, well, we aren't that busy, so, we're looking for some more adventuring stuff, making money. And I'll just look at her while I'm sleeping.
So yeah, you got to do what you got to do to make ends meet. Sounds like you're good at it.
You should come visit my business.
Oh, really? Where is it?
It's down south. It's in the better part down south.
She says, "Oh, okay. Yeah, well, maybe one day I could come down there."
When you get a day off, come down there, ask for Pip, and
Player question.
Uh-huh.
We're in the continent of Acadia. Is the city also called Acadia?
It's just called the city.
Is it
Okay.
like the
People call it-
New York thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
just like Acadia City.
So is it
Acadia.
is it a capital? Would it
Yeah.
be considered a
It is,
capital
yeah.
city?
And it's really the only city. There are lots of other small
Okay.
villages, but
Okay.
all right. And I'll finish up my gumbo, and I'll look at her. I'm like, well, I gotta get back to my friends. If you aren't busy, we'll talk, and then I'll hop down and walk over.
says, "Yeah, see you around."
Bye.
And she just watches you
I'm gonna
walk off.
I'm gonna stop Pip and like, did you ask her to meet you in your quarters tonight? In the
I'll look, and I'll slap my forehead.
it's all right.
I mean, she's still over there.
She's still there.
Yeah.
And you're not that far away.
There's no problem in re-engaging.
Anyway, yeah. So at this point, Hawthorne, you've been outside for a few minutes,
Yeah.
and you've been
I've kind of been absentmindedly working on Dunk. Just this is kind of like a nervous tick almost
Okay.
type deal. Like obviously he's in perfectly good condition. He hasn't really been in any fights recently, but I'm just doing a 10-point inspection kind of deal. But not really have my full effort
What would
into
you
it.
say your last memory of Tulip was?
Well, honestly, my transition from college to where I worked previously, I didn't really go home much, and even when I was home, she wasn't even there that much. She was fairly wild in a sense, not crazy, but just she had her own ambitions and was out and about. But so really, it would be very infrequent correspondence via letter.
Mm-hmm.
So just the occasional, like, how are you doing? I hope everything's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But and she's just like, good.
Okay.
But prior to that, we had a really good relationship when we were both
Okay.
children, working, helping our father with the business and learning the trade.
Okay. As you're thinking about all of this, you're kind of snapped out of your reverie by a voice that says, well, now, what do we have here?
I look up.
You turn around to see a kind of middle-aged woman. She has very long gray hair that's kind of tied into a braid that runs over one of her shoulders and down her front. And she has striking green eyes and kind of a chocolate-colored skin. And she's kind of on the tall side. She's about 5'9", and a very edgy kind of face. One of her eyebrows is pierced. And she says, I have never in all of my years seen anything like this before.
Are you referring to the yak?
Yes, of course. Yak, you say?
Yes, indeed. Not many have seen such a creature before. It's similar to a bull, but this one specifically is one that I've crafted. It's a construct, entirely my design. Would care to take a look?
Oh, yes, that's fascinating.
Yeah, and with this, just talking about something I'm very passionate about, I'm just kind of forgetting what Kevin has talked about for the time being.
Oh, please forgive me. My name is Perennial Roundtree. I'm the mayor here.
All right.
I see you have a wagon with you. Are there others with you as well?
Indeed. Well, there are a group of us just traveling, touring the countryside of Acadia.
Oh, yes, well, we don't get many travelers here. They're always welcome.
Well, if you haven't been to the mainland recently, Acadia is all that they talk about over there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. And you can't believe what they talk about. Paeskatune, such a scenic hamlet. And
She says, oh, you don't have to stroke my ego like that. I know you're lying to me, but I do appreciate the effort.
well, as far as what I've seen, even if what I say may be trying to flatter you, nothing I've seen is to the contrary.
So it is a nice little village. It's rather sleepy, but we do have a fine trade in century clams. They're really quite wondrous. They're used in magical components, and they're rather valuable.
Very interesting. I'm not familiar with those.
And she points down to where you saw the people in the the little boats going around to the pulling up nets and things. And she says, "Yes, they're grown right here. They're as the name implies." You can only harvest them once every 100 years, so they're very closely monitored. And each one, when they come of age, sells for a hefty price. We often trade to the city with them.
Well, that is very interesting. What type of magical things or devices are these clams used for?
So, primarily for potions of water breathing. They're very useful with all of the sailing around here, always in a clutch you can, drink one of those and not drown. It's fantastic. Also great for exploring. They've used those potions to find other interesting deposits and buried treasures out in the sea.
Well, that is amazing. Yes. I'm very interested about that. I'd love to talk to one of your fishermen. But you say you're the mayor.
Yes, I am.
I couldn't help but noticing on our way down from the ridge, but the lighthouse over there looks odd. Shouldn't there be a light up top?
Yes, there should. Perhaps they're repairing it. I don't know. I sold it to a group of adventurers. They said they're with some mainland company. Oh, what was it? Buying Things Incorporated. Something... Acquisitions Incorporated. They said they were buying it.
Interesting. Oh, well.
They said they wanted to start their first branch here in Paeskatune at the lighthouse.
I'm trying to keep my face straight not
cut to the
not to show anything.
inside the shop/bar.
Yeah, what do
and,
you guys doing inside?
I'm about 3 beers deep at this point. All the strongest stout.
Yeah,
so I'm feeling it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm talking to the bartender and just telling her how great Pip is. and I'm like, no, he's gotta end here tonight. So just saying.
So, I'm so busy. I don't want to like hold him down. It sounds like he's got a
I
big
believe
wife
he
out
wants
there.
you to hold it. I don't believe he'd mind for you to hold him down.
She kind of like clutches her cheeks and she's, "Oh, you don't say." So if you'll excuse me, and she just kind of walks off.
I'm at the point where I don't care who's in earshot. I know that Pip is listening.
She just walks off back into the kitchen, like embarrassed.
I'll punch Aizen in the arm. I'm like, no, I'm gonna mess it up, man.
Pip, roll for initiative.
Listen, I'm drunk. Okay,
Maybe you should go to your room.
maybe you should go to your room.
Oh boy.
Bartender, I want another.
Make a Constitution check for me.
6.
You feel you got the spins real bad, and you think you're gonna vomit.
Maybe I should go to my room.
Yeah.
Well, let me go see what Hawthorne's doing outside first.
You go outside and immediately vomit. Yeah. You've been talking to the mayor, and then she sees him come out and throw up, and she looks at you and says, "Is he with you?"
Hi, Hawthorne. How are you?
Yes, he is. I don't know if the local beverages are treating his stomach.
I wipe his mouth with my hand. Obviously, this is a side of me that's not normally seen. I wipe my hand, and then I go to shake hers.
Oh no!
Be like, Aizen Cruxis, nice to meet you.
I think this is as good as time visiting because we keep forgetting about your seasons.
Yes.
What season would you say this is?
Let's see.
This feels
it's
very
important.
much like
This
summer or spring. Maybe.
Well, summer is all about rage.
Summer's
This is
I
rage.
not-
believe this
This
is.
is all about love.
No, I think that's spring.
Yes.
It's definitely a spring.
Spring.
Yeah, it's a very spring-like feeling, which is season of cheerfulness and unfettered celebration.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Mhm.
Very springtime mood.
Yeah.
Does that change your appearance? I can't remember.
I want to say yes.
Okay.
I want to say that so I have like stencil like markings on my skin,
Okay.
and then as I change my emotions, like summer it turns bright red, and then winter it's just straight blue. But with summer it's very spring it's very greenish color.
Okay.
And then autumn is a very orange and yellowy color.
Yeah. Cool. So you'll reach out your hand and she'll say, "You'll forgive me if I decline." And she's looking
That's
at
all right.
Eisen,
That's all right.
Eisen. This is the mayor.
Oh, okay.
I've been talking to her, and she.
I bow as deep as I can.
Make a dexterity check for me.
7.
You bow and then just topple over onto the ground. Like you get dizzy and you're in the middle of bowing and you don't even realize you've fallen over until you're looking up.
How did you get up there?
I'll be patting Eisen on the head. I'll be like, Mayor, I apologize. We've been partaking of the local brews,
Very good.
and I maybe a little too much in Eisen's case. But is there somewhere that we could find you if we ever need some more time or more
Say,
information?
well, yes, my house is right over there. And she
What's your
points
digits?
points across to the other large building.
Oh, is that your home or just the mayor's office?
Say it's both. In a small town such as this, there's no need for any real formalities. Just come and find me. I'll be there.
Excellent.
Just a small town girl. Living in a lonely Paeskatune.
She'll say, perhaps you should deal with this,
Yes.
and then we'll speak tomorrow.
Thank you. And what was your name again?
Perenelle Roundtree.
Thank you, Miss Roundtree. And with that, I'll kind of haul Aizen up as best as a halfling can.
Okay.
You're strong.
I mean, yes.
You've got muscles.
All right. So, is there anything else anyone wants to do before they go to bed?
I think this would be a good stopping point.
Yeah.
For the time being.
Well,
So-
before
Yes,
we do,
this is important. As we is the rooms in? Do we have to go back inside, or is there like an
Yes,
out?
you'll have to go back.
So
inside.
as I'm dragging Aizen back through the general store bar area, I'll say, "Hey Pip, get her to show you some of the local areas."
yeah, Pip, get it.
Okay, so you
Get some.
guys go back to you take Eyes in his room. You go to your room. Lilith, what would you like to do?
I don't even know what's going on. I'm still reading the book.
You're still reading at the bar, just
Yes.
not even paying attention.
Until a drunk Aizen comes
Yeah.
barreling through, and I'm like, back to reading.
Okay. Pip, what would you like to do?
I'll say, when's your shift over?
Oh.
She says, well, you know, I'm kind of the boss, so I can get off whenever I want.
No, Peter.
We're all children.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If you're not busy after your shift, we can go, walk around and talk.
Mm-hmm.
I got a room. We can just talk more. I like talking.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, well then you guys hang out, and I'll leave the rest to everyone's imagination.
But before I go to bed, I'll be staying in Aizen's room to make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
But before I'll go to the room that is going to be Pip's. I'll kind of using some of my artificer abilities,
Oh, man.
just like add some perfume to the room and some lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Some that's all. Just some atmospheric.
Did you give it like a dimmer switch so the lights
Yeah.
slowly?
Yeah, just dim the candle.
the candle.
I can I say that I will add an alarm to that room that when they walk in, it will kind of light up.
Oh, okay.
If you'll let me do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, I forgot about Not.
Yeah. What is?
Oh.
Not's also there. Not doesn't have a room.
Where would Not be? Or
Probably.
He could sleep in your
Yeah,
room.
he can hang out with you.
Mm.
There was only 3 rooms, so I guess you guys could sleep in the wagon.
So I'll hand him a alcoholic beverage.
Okay. Cool. So you guys hang out in the wagon.
Sure.
I'm looking at the stars.
Yeah. And I guess that's where we should end this time.
You want me to do my little Dragon Ball Z thing?
That's up to you.
Next time on Charisma Check Podcast, will Aizen be able to recover from his hangover? Will Hawthorne ever find out what's going on with his sister? Can Pip get laid? And will Lilith get laid? Find out next time on Charisma Check Podcast.
All right. Cool. Thanks everybody for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a lot of fun, a little bit silly, something lighthearted after that intense fight. So next time they'll figure out what's going on with the lighthouse and why the mayor can't be trusted and what Isabel's into. Yeah, check us out anywhere you can find podcasts. Support us on Patreon if you love what we do. We've got a lot of great rewards on there. I've restructured some of the tiers, so there's only 2 right now, and they both offer a ton of rewards, access to our Discord, all kinds of stuff. And we will see you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.